You know that moment when you feel motivated for a few days, maybe even a week? You wake up early, you plan things, you feel like you're finally getting your life together. And then something small happens. You sleep a little late, you skip one workout, you put off one task, and suddenly the whole thing collapses. The motivation disappears almost overnight. Most people think the problem is that they need more motivation, but the real problem is something quieter. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unstable. Some mornings you wake up ready to go. Other mornings you feel heavy for no clear reason. If your progress depends on how you feel that day, your progress will always be fragile. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is not about being intense, it's about removing the decision. Think about brushing your teeth. You probably don't wake up every morning feeling inspired to brush them. There's no emotional speech in your head about dental hygiene. You just do it because it's part of who you are. That's the real difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation says, I feel like doing this today. Discipline says, this is what I do. And that shift changes everything. A lot of people wait until they feel ready. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect burst of energy. But the truth is, most meaningful things in life are built on ordinary days. Days when you're slightly tired, slightly distracted, slightly unmotivated. Those days are where discipline matters most, because discipline is not about big, heroic actions. It's about small promises you keep with yourself. Write for 10 minutes. Go for a short walk. Open the book for one page. Nothing impressive, but something consistent. Here's the psychology most people miss. Every time you do a small action you don't feel like doing, something important happens. Your identity shifts a little. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries to be disciplined. You start seeing yourself as someone who keeps their word. And identity is powerful. If you believe you're bad at sticking to things, you'll unconsciously prove that belief again and again. But if you start building small evidence that you follow through, your brain begins updating the story. You become the person who shows up, not perfectly, just regularly. And discipline doesn't mean forcing yourself through extreme routines. That's actually where many people fail. They try to change everything at once. Wake up at 5 a.m., work out every day, read 2 books a week, meditate for 30 minutes. It feels exciting at first, but it's not sustainable. Real discipline is quieter than that. It's choosing the version of the task that's so small you can't really avoid it. 5 minutes of focus, 1 push-up, writing a single sentence. It sounds almost too simple, but simple actions done daily are what create momentum. Once you start, continuing becomes easier, but the key moment is the start. There's also something else that happens when you rely on motivation. You develop a habit of negotiating with yourself. I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it when I feel more focused. I just need the right mood. Over time, that voice gets stronger, and your trust in yourself gets weaker. Discipline does the opposite. It rebuilds trust. Every time you follow through on a small commitment, you prove something to yourself. You can rely on yourself. Not when it's easy, when it's normal, when it's a little inconvenient. That's where confidence quietly grows, not from big achievements, from kept promises. So if you feel stuck right now, don't try to summon more motivation. Don't wait for a spark. Instead, lower the bar. Ask yourself a simple question. What's the smallest version of this that I can do today without excuses? Then do that. Not perfectly, just honestly. Because discipline doesn't start with a dramatic change. It starts with one small decision you keep. And if there's one place to begin, let that decision happen tonight.